We're not live, right? Sat Sri Akal to the viewers of Sikhi channel. Welcome, Ji Ayanu, to yet another episode of the Sikh Life Talks. My name is Jasmeet Singh, and I am the Director of Training and Development at World Sikh Chamber of Commerce, WSCC. A prominent writer has once wrote, "Women opens the gateway. One woman can open the gateway to great happiness and prosperity for many others." This is so true for our guest today. She is the most dynamic, brightest, and most energetic women entrepreneur that I've ever met in my life. I am talking about Dr. Raman Suriji.
Sat Shri
Ma'am,
Akal.
welcome. Sat Sri Akal. Sat Sri Akal. I am so honored and so excited to have you on the show. I just want to tell you that you're the first women entrepreneur that I'm hosting on this show. So, welcome.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here. Thank you for such an honor. I'm
Thank you.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Before we start talking to you, I would introduce Raman ma'am to you, all of you, a little bit. Dr. Raman Suriji is a PhD in metaphysics. She is an ICF certified holistic transformation coach and master spirit life coach. She is an NLP master trainer, a Reiki master, and access consciousness facilitator. She has been trained with world renowned coaches and trainers like Louis Hay, Robin Sharma, Joe Vitale, and Richard Bandler. She has recently completed her diploma in psychology and mental health from the University of Liverpool and is a relationship expert. Her niche out of so many areas are holistic transformation, transition coaching for team, goal setting, and reprogramming mindsets. Her mission is to facilitate awareness in individuals, groups, and organizations to be potent beings and true leaders who are mindful, content, yet have immense higher growth aspirations. She wants to create people who have clarity on their goals, dreams, and desires in all the major areas of her life. She has been working with some top educational institutes, schools, and corporates where she is engaged in doing her transformational work. She's also won many prizes and awards like Gates Ethics Foundation Award. She's been awarded by the PhD Chamber of Commerce. She has also been awarded Great Companies Women Entrepreneur Award recently as one of the top women entrepreneurs. Presently, she is the president, Delhi WICCI Life Skills State Council. She is also a core team member of World Food Chamber of Commerce. Ma'am, so wonderful. Welcome once again, Sat Sri Akal. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Ma'am, I'll ask my first question from you. You have accomplished so much in your life till this point, and I'm sure you will go on accomplishing so many more things and so many more summits. But tell us more about your life. And ma'am, what is the motivation behind doing so much?
So, coaching came to me later in life. I studied fashion as a student.
Wow.
And it was all set, the stage was set for me to take over my father's business.
Right.
And then, life happened. And, over these years, I was going through surrendering in a state of surrender, how life happens. And then in 2011, I realized that coaching, healing, therapy, all this, being a true leader in terms of changing and transforming people's lives is something that is my passion. It
Right.
actually runs in my blood, which, except for me, everyone else around me has already identified, even friends at school. And so that is, how profound the universe's ways are. That when it's the right time, when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Wow.
So over the years, when a soul has chosen as a soul to complete certain lessons in the human form,
Wow.
we forget that when we are in human form, as souls, we choose something, and our own choices we forget. And so the universe creates certain circumstances and situations wherein, the universe will give you a little nudge in terms of something which is misaligned in your life.
Right.
And I couldn't understand that. And I was still going ahead with being on autopilot mode and just, living from a space of this unconscious state. And then there was a major blow in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a D point, and it was the lowest point in my life. And there, after, I created certain transformation in my life from the
Right.
D point to a point where I was absolutely in my own state of power. And it was such a beautiful feeling to have created that transformation for myself.
Right.
And I thought, okay, I have a story. And I could either, just continue with this transformation and just keep it to myself, or I
Right.
could share my story and be an inspiration. And that was a point in 2011 when I realized and discovered that coaching is my life purpose, my soul purpose, my higher purpose. Everything in alignment is
Wow.
transforming lives, facilitating transformation, change, a shift for people. That gives me that sense of fulfillment that nothing in materialism world, in the materialistic world, can offer.
Wow.
And that is where the journey began. And since then, I've been just walking the path, and the universe guides me. The universe has my back, and it's beautiful. It's obviously something very, very close to my heart, and I just enjoy it. I love being, this particular purpose that I'm here for on earth.
Wow. Wow. I think I've got my answer. What you meant is you've been getting motivated from life and universe itself, right? So universe has been your motivator. Universe has been your guiding light, no?
Absolutely. And if you would ask me specifically who motivated you the most, my biggest motivators were the most difficult people in my life,
Wow.
because we have assigned them certain job to do to facilitate that shift, that change, that transformation for us as a
Wow.
soul. We've chosen that. And here we forget that, and hence there is so much of tiff, so much of rift, so much of stress, so much of uncertainty, so much of misalignment that happens apparently because we shift from being a dual form to only a human form. As
Right.
long as we remember our purpose, as long as we remember that we are the ones, we are the cause and effect, and we have chosen everything, and we are able to consciously connect the dots, we would always understand that the most difficult people in our life are the biggest teachers, and they are such kind people that they've taken up this job to create this shift for us.
This is such an empowering mindset and belief system that I can actually feel the energy that's coming from your side. So thank you so much. You talked about difficult people, ma'am, and like I personally respect you so much, but wanted to know this that as a women entrepreneur, do you feel women entrepreneurs face more challenges than any other entrepreneur? Did you face any such unique challenge? I was reading this book, Lean In, where the lady talked about the immense biases that our society has towards women. What is your feeling on that? How has been your life and your life experience?
There are challenges for women, yet there are challenges for men as well.
Right.
So I'd rather choose to be in a victor mode than being in a victim mode. The only problem, because of this hype that our society has created in terms of women empowerment, we
Hmm.
have lost the meaning of women empowerment, women's
Right.
equality. I believe firmly that women are altogether a separate entity, a different community. We might be the same species, the male gender and the female gender. We are very much humans, the same species, yet we are two different genders.
Right.
Men are more into their masculine energy and women are more into their feminine energy. There is a difference.
Right.
You cannot compare a mango with an apple. They are two different fruits. They are fruits, yet they are two different fruits. So this whole concept of equality, trying to be equal to men, I do not resonate with it because there is no comparison. And as for the challenges in terms of the patriarchal society that we live in, yes, there are certain challenges, yet a woman has the potential to deal with, a patriarchal society and make her own mark. Times have changed. We
Hmm.
live in urban cities where people have understood the power of the women fraternity, the women community, how much of contribution they can add. We are in a better place. Let's talk about women in villages, in far-flung areas. They are actually dealing with, challenges in terms of patriarchal society and what all they got to go through.
Right.
There are certain things as a woman that we could definitely choose to do is stop comparing, stop trying to be equal. Because when we are trying to be equal to a man, we already have accepted that we are somewhere below.
Yeah.
So there is no comparison. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. And I would really suggest all the women folk out there to claim your space in Venus and operate from Venus itself. Don't try to claim Mars. So the challenges are different than men, yet there are challenges. There are challenges for men also. So it's okay. I mean, it's okay. As when you're determined, when you know what you want to do, when you are persevering and you are very dedicated to what you're doing,
Hmm.
I think it's just fall in place. Again, you're the cause and effect. The kind of energy you exude, it comes back multiple fold. So when there is positivity, when there is determination, dedication, commitment, and being all this from a feminine space, which is just to receive, your avenues to receiving are open. And even after you face difficulties, they really don't matter because it's just a process. It's a part and parcel of walking that path that you have chosen.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, ma'am. Uh, will you please share more about your work, and specifically a coach like you, who has rigorously trained herself, right, and learned so many things, and received so many degrees, and done so many specializations. What kind of people should approach you? Ma'am, tell us more about your work, what you do, what kind of healing, what kind of coaching. If there are certain people who have certain questions, how can they approach you? So tell us more about that.
Sure. So there are six major areas in a person's, any individual's life. They are your emotions, your relationships, your health, your career, your finances, and your mindset.
Right.
A coach is equipped, a life coach is equipped to help you facilitate any challenge that you're facing in all these areas in totality.
Wow.
My kind of coaching is an amalgamation of healing, coaching, and therapy, wherein we begin with a coaching format
Mm-hmm.
and it's a questioning format, and then we go on to exploring different levels of an individual's being in
Right.
terms of the conscious, the subconscious, the unconscious, and the higher self, the spiritual aspect of it. So
Right.
people dealing with the addictions, people dealing with fears and phobias, challenges in their relationships, communication, people dealing with certain stuff like introversion or extroversion. They are very much and everything to do with mental health is where I come,
Right.
and everything to do with metaphysics is where I come into picture. I can intervene in a person's life where at a point where they are willing, number one, they are ready, number two, and they know where they would like to go.
Right.
So, many of these challenges that people face, especially relationships, emotions, is my expertise. So,
Okay.
people dealing with challenges in relationships with their other half, their partner, other relationships at workplace, with themselves, with money, is where I come in the picture.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for spreading the positivity and the empowerment that you do with your work every day. I think we will need more and more people like you to make this world a better place. Um, what
Good.
has
Thank
been your experience with World Tech Chamber of Commerce (WSCC), and what would be your specific message towards networking when it comes to women entrepreneurs?
Okay, so WSCC happened at a time where everything was stagnated, apparently, during the lockdown.
Right.
And it came as a beautiful platform for me in terms of networking, especially in terms of business. I really admire the way WSCC is proceeding in terms of giving that clarity to the members, and otherwise the way they are progressing in the structure in terms of administration and other areas.
Right.
And what I like about WCC is they are very, very focused. I should say we are very, very focused in terms of actually creating results for people who are looking at creating their web of network, because your network is your net worth.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
WS plays a very important role here, even when I talk about my own networking. So I've met so many, robust and dynamic gentlemen and ladies who are so focused about their business. They talk sense, they make sense, they talk motivation, they talk inspiration, they talk creation, and that is such a powerful place to be. And
Right.
all gurus, most of the gurus across the globe say that your company, the very five people that you are in touch with most of the times, you become like that. Your company matters. So I'm so
Right.
happy and glad to be here amongst all these people who are so very focused, doing something constructive about their own lives and about other people's lives also, in terms of contributing through their businesses.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, I have one question related to your profession only. Uh, Whenever I open my Facebook or Instagram, I see a new coach every day. You know, I'm sure this is one field where more and more people are, now inclined to trade their own lives, and they also want to contribute in the lives of others. But how does one go and identify a good coach? How do I know that okay, this person can solve my problem, right? Because there is so much which is happening these days on social media. I personally get confused sometimes. So this is what I wanted to ask you.
Sure. It is, very difficult and very, very simple at the same time.
Right.
So we are all are individuals and we have our preferences. Some people choose coaches just while kind of learning about them, watching their videos, watching the content they share, word of mouth. They don't
Right.
get into the nitty-gritties of how educated or how much certified or what qualifications this coach has. Yet the
Right.
other people are very concerned about where is this coach coming from in terms of their education, their certifications, and their degrees.
Right.
How credible is this coach in terms of taking our lives into his or her hands and then facilitating the transformation for us. Yet, the simplest and easiest way is, I would say, coaches, healers, and therapists are born that way. They are just
Right.
born that way. Certifications and degrees provide a structure to the coach in terms of facilitating you better.
Right.
So the best way to find out the coach that is meant for you is simply have a conversation with the coach and just see whether the energies are aligned. Because once you listen to your gut, you would always know who's that coach, that one coach for you. That
Right.
first 1 minute, 2 minutes conversation will be so open. You'll feel so safe. You'll feel so very much better, so light. The coach would, apparently seem and feel like a very trustworthy person, and you would
Right.
like to, open your hidden darkest chapters of life in front of that coach. So it's just that energetic communication that you make. We all are energy beings,
Right.
and this becomes very simple while choosing a coach when you can really listen to your own instinct and the energy that the coach is exuding. It's as simple as that.
Right. I think it is all that matters is how one trains one's own life so that they can penetrate in the life of the other person who's speaking. So,
Absolutely.
thank you so much, ma'am. I think I have a lot of clarity on that aspect now.
My
Ma'am,
pleasure.
our country is so youthful. I work with youth, and I'm sure you also work with a lot of youth. You work with teens, to get them to a very safe transition in their life. But what is your message to the youth? Today, youth, I'm sure, has a lot of opportunities, but they're highly confused as to what way or what path in their life that they have to pursue. So, what would be your message to all the youth out there?
So my message is you got you and you're good enough. Number one. Number two is always and always follow these three C's of life. The first C is clarity. The second C is consistency. And the third C is commitment.
Wow.
So do everything to make sure that you are clear about what you would like to pursue in life, whether it's a career, it's a relationship, it's a particular emotion that you're going to express, or anything else for that matter. Be
Right.
clear in your own self, and that clarity would only come when you work on yourself, when you know yourself, when your relationship with yourself is absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of
Right.
self love, there is a lot of understanding of who you are. Do not follow anything that intrigues you impulsively, yet afterwards, you would feel that, okay, fine, okay, I took it because I pursued this career because my friend was doing it, because my parents told me, because it seemed to be lucrative at that time. Following your passion is beautiful.
Right.
Monetizing your passion is legendary.
Wow.
Secondly, when you have this clarity, it's all about consistency. No matter what, there'll be times, there'll be up and down. This is the rhythm of life. This one simple, small, flat line means there's no life. So
Right.
say yes to life, say yes to the rhythm. It's okay to have these ups and downs. You could feel things are not working. You could feel that I've chosen something wrong. You could feel that I could have followed something lucrative. Following my passion is not working for me. Be consistent, persevere. Once you do that, things fall in place because the universe then gets that message, your declaration that whatsoever it is, this is who I am and this is what I desire, this is what I'll create and this is what I'm looking at. And when you do that, the universe shakes and the universe conspires, transpires that which you're looking at. Thirdly is your commitment to yourself, your commitment to that right reason that you are doing, your commitment to the reason that you have started something. And that is what brings this sense of commitment.
Right, right. Ma'am, I will always remember these 3 C's in my life. This has been such a wonderful lesson, such a wonderful concept that I've learned today. Of course, there was some issue in the network because we could not hear your message entirely, but the spirit and the essence has been communicated. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think it is a very, very powerful message that
Thank you.
I am personally taking home, and I'm sure so many people who are watching you right now are taking home also. Ma'am, we are at our final question of the evening, though I really want that this high-spirited conversation should keep going. But, ma'am, what would be your message to the women of our community at large?
So, the women folk have the potential to create mountains of molehills.
Right.
Better utilize it rather than basing it on petty things. And the women of our country are now progressing in a way that they can add, they can contribute massively to our community, our country, and in totality to the whole world. So I would say we all must drop the need of becoming equal
Right.
and understand, acknowledge, allow our uniqueness to flourish.
Wonderful.
The universe, God, Supreme, Almighty, Vaiguruji will never give any challenge to any individual, any being, whether it's the human species or any other animal, that which they cannot deal with. The
Yes.
very reason that women have been given all these challenges. I would rather not call these problems because problems is such a dense energy. When you talk about your challenges, you beat your challenges, right?
Right.
So when we take these things as challenges, we are all set to beat them. And because we have that potential, we have been given these challenges to beat. So believe
Right.
in yourself and just be the feminine energy. Don't try to be the masculine. Just be that soft, subtle, beautiful feminine being that you are and exhibit your power through that femininity that you are.
Wonderful. Ma'am, I think the half an hour conversation that I've had with you was all about the power, was all about the universal power, in fact, that we all carry within us. It was about this huge conviction on oneself. It was a journey of a lot of self work and self learning, seeking uh, throughout the world and from the best, and then really following one's own passion to create value in the lives of people. And ma'am, it was such a wonderful conversation that I've had with you. It was a sheer pleasure. It was a sheer pleasure. I think I'll have the deepest of sleep today. And I thoroughly enjoyed talking to you, ma'am. And I'm sure that all our viewers had the same experiences, have same emotions.
Thank you so much, Jasmeet. You come from a walk of life where you've created that success for yourself. You're a distinguished personality, an accomplished being, and you hosting me tonight over here is such a big achievement in itself. And look at you, such a humble being you are. Your
Thank you
listening
so much,
skills
ma'am.
and this beautiful conversation that you created by asking the right questions. Thank you so
Thank
much for that.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. I'll end this conversation as I always do with the slogan of WSEC. I love it the most. That one sick for another. One sick for another.
Good.
Thank you so
Uh,
much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Sat Sri Akal.
Good night. Take care.